Hey, it's me again. Have you ever thought about who is actually involved in this? Of course, we hear all the big names put around and out there, but you know, there's a lot more than just 5 or 6 or 10. You know, there's 70 or 80 different people that had their fingers in this plot to get Trump. Some said, well, I'm just doing my job. Others said, well, look, I can do this and it'll look like I'm doing my job. Some people just plain lied. The FBI created dual investigative files, one for what they wanted the people and the world to know, and two, what the truth was. Well, we know the criminals at the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ, the Obama White House, and many others. I don't have them all. See this little stack? Yeah, this isn't all of the plotters that were against Trump, okay? This is a list of people, and down back to about, where is it? About right, well, nope, not even there. Here, hold on, I'm missing a few. Yeah, almost this whole stack, excuse me, almost this whole stack is almost people that have been involved in this plot one way or the other, or a few instances. And we have to remember, this includes so many people that people won't believe, the bastards and the others that get caught up in this assassination plot to get Trump. Who was in on it? Who had their fingers involved in it? We don't know all the details, and I don't trust the government to give them to us. They're going to lie like they did on all the other big investigations. So who do we know is involved in this one way or another? James Comey, James Baker III, Andy McCabe, little Petey Strzok, Joe Pica, FBI partner, you know, Petey Strzok, of course, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, James Clapper, John Brennan, John Podesta, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Donna Brazile. Oh, there's that Robbie DeMook, who was the Fusion GPS contact. Oh, well, imagine that. Robert Otto. Oh, man, another one. Bruce Orr. There's Nellie Orr. James Wolfe. Let's see, Trash Gower. Another DOJ personnel who was a political hack trying to get Trump. Of course, dirty Andrew Weissman, Sally Yates, Loretta Lynch, Jake Tapper, Dennis McDowell, Obama's chief of staff. You know, he was either just an ignorant, or he just doesn't know, or is just a blind fool, maybe. Blind partisan fool. Of course, Daniel Jones and Cody Shear are up on this. Michael Sussman and Mark Elias, that other guy from, well, Perkins Coie, who funneled the money to the foreign actors, or to the company that bought the foreign actors into the U.S. presidential elections. CrowdStrike and Fusion GPS, both private contractors that corrupted the U.S. government and our political system. Glenn Simpson, his wife Mary Jacoby. Oh, let's not forget Clintonite Sidney Blumenthal. Then we've got Christopher Steele. Oh, that's a pretty big name, isn't it? Christopher Burrows. You don't know who he is, you better find out. How about Edward Baumgardner, another one of their associates? And then Oleg Deripaska, just a Russian mobster that's friends with Robert Mueller and the FBI, you know, does special work for them. Yeah, it was his hookers in Thailand that said, we know about Trump. We know about Trump. Also, John Kerry's former chief of staff, Jonathan Feiner, involved in this. Kathleen Kavlak supposedly got the dossier from who? Victoria Nuland. Elizabeth Dribble, another chief of staff to mission of the Free U.S. State Department. You know, a spy. There's Victoria Nuland. You want to see what this bitch is up to, go to the Center for a New American Security, and you'll see the tracks leading right to Ecuador, Venezuela, and the rest of the shitstorm that's going on in South and Central America. I believe that can be tracked straight back to the Center for a New American Security. Well, it's a PNAC 2.0. Remember, your favorite neocons are there. And wherever they are, death, destruction, destabilizing governments, and everything else will follow. Here's another guy, John Weiner, involved in this stuff. George Tokast, the senior DOJ official in charge of the mid-year exam. Don't forget the names, Stu Evans and Adam Hickey. That's right, you're going to see them come up in the Inspector General's reports on the FISA warrants, I believe. Let's not forget Sally Moyer, an FBI attorney, in the that was in the Inspector General's report with anti-Trump text. An FBI trainer, ironically named Trainor. Okay. Michael Gaeta, the FBI liaison in Rome, also is associate of Christopher Steele's. Let's see, the FBI Avinder Sabi, FBI legal attaché in the UK, is a Mueller associate who had the dinner with the Oars and the Link campus and in corralling and entrapping who? George Papadopoulos. Valenetskaya. Of course, her famous meeting at Trump Tower was arranged on behalf of Fusion GPS and William Browder. Of course, that has to do supposedly with the Majinsky Act, when in fact Valenskaya got a special visa to come to the United States of America and meet with the Trump team. Of course, she met with Fusion GPS before and after the Trump Tower meeting. Pretty damn suspicious. Now we know that it was Hillary Clinton that was actually behind the Trump Tower meeting, and that it was just another rig up, another jig, another part of the entrapment assassination by rumor mill. We know that this meeting, arranged by Rob Goldstone, I believe it is, he's a UK publicist, with Valenskaya, Dennis Katsov, Aaron Erwin Akalov, and Frankie Iko Kavalech. These were all involved in the meeting setup. I mean, exactly what happened and what it is, I can't say. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it stinks to high heaven. Of course, the rumors of Emily McMullen and her server in Moscow early in the 2016 election has been, well, long forgotten. But it's just another attempt at dirty tricks. Of course, now these cards right here, I get into the spies. The spies, so many spies around the Trump campaign, it's really unbelievable. Of course, you know, I went through a few of them. Stefan Halper, Netin Valenskaya. Don't forget Felix Sater, who is another FBI informant. Also, and what I believe is to be the biggest modern day coup, the insertion of a top level spy into the Trump campaign, which is H.R. McMaster. It is my belief that Andy McCabe and Strazek, along with Andrew Weissman and Sally Yates, manufactured the information through like a word shopping of the 302 reports to put two different statements that made Flynn look like he was lying and trying to be deceptive. And of course, Ukraine and Turkey and everything else was brought up within that investigation. But the thing is, they needed to get Flynn out so they could insert a spy in. Now remember, H.R. McMaster was summarily removed by the Trump team when he gave retroactive immunity to Susan Rice and Samantha Powers and the rest of Traitor 44's team for the unmasking of Trump associates. How could they been unmasked if they weren't surveilled? I guess that's the first question they need to answer. How could you unmask somebody if you didn't surveil them? Yeah, a bunch of lying sons of bitches, if you ask me. Anyway, so yeah, H.R. McMaster, the Valenskaya, and Ed. Oh, we got this other guy, Ed Lieberman. He's some kind of lobbyist. And this Reinat Apskins, another one of Valenetskaya. This Askin guy is former Soviet intelligence, living in the USA. Whoa. Open your eyes up. Think about it. He's a former CIA double traitor spy living in the USA. Oh, yeah, there's Dear Love and Andrew Wood, Haculett and Company. And this is how you tie together, you know, a lot of these guys. Haculett and Company and Wallingham Training Limited. Orbis Business International. Orbis Business International Limited. You know, these businesses by Christopher Steele are now typically businesses set up by former spies who sell their access and the information they gathered while they were on the job. They're monetizing their life's work at the CIA or the NSA or the U.S. government or wherever. That's a big security risk, isn't it? Anyway, you have Sergei Milan, who was Source D for the Steele dossier that was released in the Fusion GPS PSYOP called the BuzzFeed leak. Other Steele contacts, of course, Kathleen Cadillac, Louis Lukens, Colin Cole, and Thomas Williams from the State Department and the London Embassy. Okay, Nellie Orr, Eric Baumgartner, Burroughs, and Steele. That was part of the team. I don't know who the other members were. We know that the Gang of Eight, Harry Reid, Dirty Cocaine, Mitch McConnell, Commie Spy, Dianne Feinstein, Richard Burr, Democrat, Paul Ryan, Botox Brain, Nancy Pelosi, Adam the Shill, and Devin Nunes were on the Gang of Eight that got the September 6th through the 16th, August 11th through September the 6th of 2016. They were briefed by John Brennan. John Brennan should have been under oath when he gave those briefings because he lied and gave misinformation to the senators. Now I think I'll skip that one. Of course, there we go. Now these are some of the Fusion GPS and other personnel that, well, they're minor players, but you know, they worked at this place that helped assassinate Trump. Let's be honest. You know, Neil King and Jason Felch, Peter Fish, you know, Patrick Corcan, you know, Paul Hauser, Taylor Sears, you know, Laura Serge, you know, David Michaels. You know, all these Fusion GPS employees, ladies and gentlemen, are, you know, they are involved in this up to their eyeballs. We're supposed to pretend or believe that they're totally ignorant of everything that they was going on there. I don't believe any of that. I know how offices work, and while people have their own projects, far too often everybody else knows a lot of the details of those projects. Of course, there are many other anomalies that we should get to talk about. And I didn't talk about all the traitors, okay? I didn't go deep into the Obama administration. I've got another list inside that I use and I cross-reference between the two lists. Because the truth is, You have to sift through thousands of news stories to get this information so you can really piece together this plot to assassinate President Trump using a rumor mill of premeditated information. I don't know, call it premeditated information. Premeditated disinformation distribution into the Trump campaign. This was an assassination attempt. Nothing more, or I should say much more, because it opens up this idea that our governments are selected, not elected. And if the right one is not elected, the United States government will take it out, just as they do around the world, in Ukraine, Syria, Libya, Egypt, anywhere, Venezuela. The United States government itself, the shadow government, the system, they believe they can take out any leader that they want. Except they're in deep shit this time, because they're taking on America's president. We'll be back. More news and information coming to you a little later. Come on.